everybody. Welcome to another edition of Yo on the Go. I have Senior VP of, are you Velocity or?
Chief Velocity
Chief
Officer.
Velocity Officer of the Aerospace Corporation, soon to be retired. By the time this will be here, you will be completely retired. So you can say whatever you want.
And always could.
And always could and always have. So this is Willie Krenz. He was a former CIO of Aerospace Corporation, as well as now the Chief Velocity Officer. He's a very good friend of mine. He's actually the one that named Yo on the Go. Before I had this idea, we were sitting out on the lot, I think, during a fire alarm drill. And I was sitting there and go, oh, I want to make this YouTube series. I'm going to call it Scientific Leadership or something like that. And he goes, that was the dumbest? You said it was the dumbest thing you've ever heard.
I don't know if it was the dumbest, but it was dumb.
Yeah. So then
on an absolute scale, it was dumb.
Just name it Yo on the Go.
Yeah.
And here we are, 2 seasons later.
Yo.
On the go. So now that we're stuck here in this car, in this Mustang that has been fully tricked out now with all this stuff, I want to ask you, you have your own car. What car do you have?
I have a Honda S2000 2000.
And you got that during your midlife crisis?
I did, yes. My midlife crisis was a little early because I thought I might die early, so I had my midlife crisis at 42.
42, and I happen to be 42 now, and I've had my midlife crisis right now.
Are you planning to die early too?
I was planning not to live long.
Okay,
so it's
kind of the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. So anyway, now that you're on this side of the car, do you have any advice for those out there? In terms of leadership, in terms of serving, in terms of working?
Well, let's see. So leadership, I tell people that leadership is easy. Getting people to follow is hard. So you have to understand what people want to do and how to motivate them to do the right thing. I think one of the things I've liked about my job is I've been in a company whose mission I really buy into, and most of the people in our company buy into the mission, and so that makes leadership a little easier because you just have to explain to people why doing this particular thing is going to make your mission better, and then they tend to follow. If you can't do that, then you got some problems. I don't know how it would work in a company where the mission is not as well defined, but in our company, what will have been our past company probably by the time this shows up, we have a pretty well-defined mission that people really, really embrace.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about working at this company, is just that you have the opportunity to work with very senior people, very energetic people, and at the same time look at the entire enterprise. I think that's the best thing that I have in terms of memories of the company. So I'm curious, in terms of your earlier part of your career as a principal director and as a manager, how did you encourage people who had that vision, who had that mission, to do the daily grind, things that are just kind of a lot of work?
Well, we were always pretty lucky at avoiding a repetitive daily grind, which is what creative people get tired of, is repetition. If you can find some opportunities for innovation in the daily work, and even if it looks like they're producing the same thing, but they can produce it in some more efficient way, in some more innovative way, I think you keep the creative juices flowing in the minds of really intelligent, talented people. So that was always one of the things we tried to do, is how can we do this a little different, a little better, tweak it a little bit, get people thinking about how to make improvements, and that's what keeps people engaged and interested, especially if they see, as engineers, it's pretty easy to get engineers interested in making things better just for the sake of making it better. But if you have on top of that a mission that they believe in, then making it better for a greater purpose is a thing I think most engineers embrace pretty easily.
Do you have any advice for somebody such as myself, who's in our mid-career, who has now a car that they've upgraded and it's now a performance vehicle, what to do?
Well, drive it as often as you can, while you still can. My car is 20 years old now, so another 6 months it'll be able to drink, so that'll be good. But it's I drive my car. Whenever I drive my car, I have a little smile on my face. It's just one of those things that makes everything about life a lot better. So, it was one of those selfish decisions I made that my wife let me make that I was really happy about, and it has put a smile on my face for 20 years. So, when you get a chance to have something really cool like this vehicle, like a cool job, like a great family, and an interesting opportunity, either in your home life or work life, just drive it.
Awesome. Well, I know you'll be driving your car and having a lot of fun in your retirement.
I will.
I just want to wish you the very best, and thank you for all of your advice and all of your leadership over the years.
Thanks, Terrence.
Thanks.